Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, The Real Life Mama. My name is Mackenzie and this video is going to show you what we eat in a week for dinner for our family of 5. So for tonight's dinner, we are having chicken fried rice. So I'm just using up those organic mixed vegetable packets that I bought. I believe it was 2 grocery hauls ago. I've got my shredded chicken all ready to go. So in the pan we have toasted sesame oil and I used the rest of that olive oil. I added in my garlic, so I'm just waiting for this to thaw. I will add in my eggs once this is thawed and kind of incorporated in, and then I have my rice actually cooling outside. I forgot to make rice last night, so I just made rice probably like 3 hours ago in the Instant Pot, and it's just been outside cooling off since, which actually has worked out pretty well. I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out or not. So I just pushed the veggies to the side. The garlic was all cooked and melted down. So here are just 2 cracked eggs. I'm just kind of letting them fry up before I scramble them. I'm going to incorporate the eggs in with the veggies. I will add the chicken in and add the rice in as well. Once the rice is in, I'm going to add some soy sauce, some more olive oil, and some more of this toasted sesame oil, along with salt and pepper. And I should note that I only made I guess 2 things to mention here. I only started cooking up the vegetables first because I had this shredded rotisserie chicken. If you were using raw chicken, you'd want to cook that first with the sesame oil and the olive oil, and salt and pepper, kind of season it. And then you'll want to take the chicken out once it's cooked and then start cooking up the vegetables. But I could skip that step because I already had my chicken cooked. And then also I'm making 2 pans right now, so this is going to be way too much food for us to eat in one sitting. It'll definitely give us, one of these pans will give us 2 to 3 meals, but I am headed out of town this weekend, so I'm just kind of making a double batch. This is what I did when I was pregnant with Evan. I'm just going to make 2 cast irons of it, and then put one of these in the freezer bag because chicken fried rice freezes beautifully. So then that way, if we end up eating through all of our rice for this week or just in this meal and tomorrow night, because I normally try and make enough for 2 dinners at a time, so I'm not cooking every night. If we end up eating through all of that, then my husband will have this as a freezer meal for this weekend when I'm gone. He could very well just, if you saw my other freezer meal prep that I made, he can easily warm up any of those meals. But chicken fried rice is something that my kids actually like, so I do tend to just try and, make foods that I know they'll eat. It'll just be easier on him. Okay, so I already added in the chicken. I waited for that to warm up. I did some salt and pepper, and I just added in the rice. I'm adding in some soy sauce right now. And I'm not really measuring this. I can post the recipe that I'm following below. That should be enough. And if I need more, I'll add more. I'm also going to add in more of my sesame oil. That should give it a nice flavor. And just because I'm going to add in a little bit of olive oil too, that's not really for flavor, that's just kind of to help, I guess, cook it. So I'm going to stir this around, and like I said, I already added in the salt and pepper when I added in the chicken, but I'm going to give this a taste test, and if it needs more of anything, I will add it then. So this is what it looks like in the bowl. We have about half the pan left, so we will definitely have some leftovers with it, but I doubt we will eat through all of that tonight, and we're not going to touch this, so this will go in a freezer bag. if my husband needs it this weekend, or we can just have it for another meal later on in the month or next month. Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Tuesday night, and tonight we are going to be making some honey garlic chicken with rice and broccoli. So here I have some chicken thighs. It's just garlic powder, salt and pepper on this with some olive oil in the pan. I have some butter right here that again has salt and pepper, coconut oil, and a little pat of butter. And then I have rice going in the Instant Pot. So basically I'm waiting for the chicken to cook a little bit more. This is a mixture of 1/4 cup of water. It has 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and then 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I've got my garlic chopped right here. I'm going to, this is like 8 garlic cloves, so I'm going to add in about 3/4 of it into this, and the remainder I'll put in with the broccoli. And then I have the honey that I'm going to use. This requires, I think it's 1/3 cup of honey, but I will double check that before I add it in. But basically we're just going to let these cook a little bit longer. We're going to add in the water mixture and the honey, and then let that kind of reduce down until it's a thick sauce, and then that will be dinner. Okay, so the chicken thighs aren't fully cooked yet, but I also don't want to overcook them, so I'm going to add in this mixture, and then I just checked, it's 1/3 cup of honey. So I almost messed up. I forgot to add the garlic in before I added in the water mixture and the honey, so I just added that in. I'm sure it'll be fine. I've got garlic powder in there as well, but if you're trying this recipe at home, definitely make sure that you cook the garlic before you add in the water mixture. So here it's just kind of starting to boil. As you can see, it's still really liquidy. I'm just waiting for this to cook down until it's darker and it's more of a sauce. The broccoli is already done, so I just took that off the heat, and the rice just finished as well. So I'm just gonna let that naturally release. You can also add in red chili flakes to this if your family can handle the spice. I probably will leave it out, and just my husband and I can add it on to our plate so the boys don't not eat this because it's too hot. So here it is. The sauce is almost done. So what I've been doing is every minute or two I've been flipping the chicken thighs and just kind of stirring it around like this. I have tried this recipe with chicken breast before, and I will say that because the chicken cooks in the sauce, the chicken breasts got kind of dried out. They were kind of a little bit more like overcooked almost. So every time I made these since, I've made them with chicken thighs, and I haven't had a problem when I use the chicken thighs. And also chicken thighs are a little bit cheaper anyway, so it makes this a very affordable meal. And also it takes the longest amount of time that this recipe takes is just kind of waiting for the sauce to thicken. As you can see, it's starting to get thicker now. But really, I mean, this recipe takes not even 20 minutes. And the broccoli's been done for almost 10 minutes, and this has been done for 13. So we're just waiting for this to thicken up, and then I will show you what it looks like on the plate once it's done. So say hi, Adam. There's Adam and there's Liam. So this is what the dinner looks like. I've got the rice, the honey garlic chicken, and the broccoli. And here are the boys' plates. I just, my rule kind of when I make their food is just trying to do less is more. So if they ask for seconds, they can have them, but that way we don't waste a bunch of food if they decide they don't want to eat. And I normally would make my husband's plate right now, but he's actually upstairs trying to put the baby to sleep. So that's why I'm just going to leave his stuff on the cast iron, and hopefully it won't get cold while he's trying to do that. And then, are you ready for dinner? Yeah, you ready to eat? Yeah. All right, let's do it. So tonight is Wednesday, and we are going to have tacos. My husband and I will probably have those quesadillas that I always talk about. So I'm just browning up the meat, and I've got the fajita veggies going now. I do make my own taco seasoning and fajita seasoning blends. So if you want, I just posted a recipe with my fajita seasoning on my shorts page if you want to go check that out. But I've got these two going. I've got rice going in the Instant Pot, and then I have the limes and the cilantro for the cilantro lime rice. I do have some lemon juice that I'm going to use with the rice, but if you saw my last grocery haul, I bought a bag of lemons, but I did find some lemon juice kind of like concentrate in the fridge, so I'm going to use that up before I break into the fresh lemons. And then I also have some shredded cheese right here, but just to kind of get this minced onion gone, it's been in the pantry for a little bit, I'm going to add some of this in with the meat. Obviously, if you don't have this, you can just add in whole onion, or you can just leave it out. You don't have to add this in, but it will give it a good flavor. So here is my fajita seasoning blend. I'm not going to measure, but I would say if you want to measure, I would do 1 to 2 tablespoons of the fajita the seasoning blend in with the veggies. And I did add about half a cup of water to this just to kind of help the veggies soften. I may need to add a little bit more since these will definitely probably be done before the taco meat. And so here is the taco seasoning mixed with about half a cup of water. Just gonna pour that over the ground beef. And we're just gonna let both of these, I did add in about another half a cup of water to the veggies, and it looks like that's already evaporated. And with this, I may need to add in a little bit more water. This is 2 pounds of ground beef, so I probably will need to add in a little bit more water and seasoning just to make sure that there's flavor to it. But that would be plenty. There's about 2 tablespoons of the seasoning blend mixed with the half a cup of water, so that would definitely be enough if you were making 1 pound of ground beef. But obviously adjust the seasonings to your family's preferences, and do what you think tastes good. Okay, so I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees, but I did I squeezed some limes over the fajita veggies. But basically this is shredded cheese. I have the fajita veggies, and then I have the meat on top. This is gonna bake in the oven for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to flip these on top of one another. If you're making these for a bigger family, you could easily spread this all out and then just do another tortilla with cheese on the top to make it, so you technically have like 4 servings instead of 2. But just because it's my husband and I, we could potentially eat another one of these depending on how hungry we are. But yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done cooking. So this is what it looks like when it's flipped. It's gonna go back in the oven for another 5 minutes. And then the rice is done. I added 1 bunch of chopped cilantro, garlic powder, salt, lemon juice, and half of a lime squeezed, and then just mix it around, and I tasted it, and that is perfect. So if that's our copycat chipotle, the cilantro lime rice recipe, I can link it down below if you are interested in the page that I found that from. But yeah, a very easy dinner, and it took me probably 20 minutes in total to cook everything. So this is what the boys' plates look like. We have the cilantro lime rice, sour cream, salsa, chips, and the taco meat. Liam, my oldest, did not want salsa because it's too spicy. So that is what we were having. Oh, and he also told me he doesn't like shredded cheese, so that's not on there either. So this is what my plate looks like. We've got the, I don't know if you want to call this a quesadilla or not, but then I have the Mateo salsa, sour cream and cheese, and the cilantro lime rice. This is the Mateo salsa we found at Aldi, and it is super good. So I know I've seen this at Sam's, and I've seen it on other people's Costco hauls. Definitely try it if you haven't. It's definitely a good salsa to have.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Thursday night. This is my last night here, so I decided just to keep it easy. We are going to have pizzas tonight. So here are the two pizzas that we're making. I made this dough today, and I did sprinkle in some Italian seasoning with the dough, but I'm gonna go ahead and put more Italian seasoning over the cheese and the pepperonis and everything. This is the pizza sauce, so I blended spinach with a can of the mixed veggies, so that's why it's more of a green color than it is red. We have pepperonis and then a layer of cheese on top. I did sprinkle some garlic powder on the crust as well. The oven is preheated to 425 degrees, and I'm just going to bake these until they are done. So here is the pizza all done. It ended up cooking for about 22 minutes, and I did forget to tell you, I have mozzarella and a mixture of Parmesan for the cheese, and I also made, they're a little dark, but they're supposed to be blondie brownies. I think I just added in too much of the dark brown sugar, but that is what we will have for dessert. And so this, the last time I made pizza, I only made one, and it wasn't enough for us. So this will definitely give us leftovers. We're not going to eat both of these tonight, but I wanted to have more than not enough. So I just got done feeding Evan. He likes to spit up if I put him down like right after he eats. So that's why I'm just still kind of holding him so he can digest his food. You say hi, buddy. So that sums it up for our week of dinners. I hope this video gave you some meal inspiration. Like I said, I'm headed out of town tomorrow, so this, even though there's only just 4 meal ideas, I'm not going to be cooking for the rest of the week. So I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. On this channel, I like to post, sorry, he's distracting. On this channel, I like to post grocery hauls, what we eat in a week, meal inspiration. We do some freezer meal prep, and also you just kind of see some day in the life content of the craziness of what it is with having 3 boys under the age of 3. So yeah, so I hope you subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.